Hi, welcome to Readings of Luz, where I don't predict your future, but I do channel what the cards show me for your zodiac and the month. This is a general reading, channeled with balance, truth, growth, and healing. Channeling all of that, keeping all of that in mind. Take what resonates, let go what doesn't. If you feel depressed or anxious throughout the rest of this month, I've been told watching this monthly video a few times can bring more clarity. So play this in the background and start it from the timestamp in the description to skip this intro next time, okay? I do not judge you. After all, we're simply walking mirrors, wanting to see what we want to see. So with that being said, please give my video a like and subscribe to support my channel. Let's get started. Hi, Ophiuchus. Let's get started. I hope you guys are doing good. So for your immediate past, we get here the Three of Cups. This is good. Good energy. You're carrying a lot of what seems like stable self-esteem, stable confidence, and trust in some sort of unity of some sort. It can be literally other two people. It doesn't have to be. This can be your body, mind, and soul, right? This can be you learning to love yourself from your highest form right here in the present moment, and learning to love your past at the very end. So this can be past, present, future. This can be so many things, but stable nonetheless. If one falls, they all go down, right? If one fails, the other two are affected. There is a lot of trust with some sort of momentum that you've accumulated this year. Good energy, Ophiuchus. So that's your immediate past. Your current energies right now are Five of Swords. And I felt this as I was reading the Three of Cups. But the cards always show me like what I'm feeling, right? But it's like we're constantly looking back at how awesome we are. It's like, yeah, we can look at our past and see how awesome we are for some of you. And then there are some of you that are like, I can see how awesome I am in general. But it's almost like a front, because really what the mind is also saying, because we can think more than one thing at the same time. We're multidimensional beings, right? Maybe it's not formed into words, but it can be a feeling which causes worrisome. You might be worried over things that you don't even need to be worried about right now. We'll see what May brings, but these are your immediate past and current energies. And I don't say, maybe not even paranoid. I'd say more aggressive, just aggressive with your tongue, with the way you think, with the way you view yourself and others. It's almost like, does everything have to be a competition? Do we have to compare ourselves to other people all the time? That's what I'm getting with this card. Let's keep going. So we're already in the beginning of the second week, but let's see what the first week look like for Ophiuchus. We got the Four of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. So Knight and Nine. The Four of Swords is letting me know that, yeah, the beginning of this month, sure. But you're not alone, Ophiuchus, because I was telling this to Cancer and Scorpio, the same thing. And perhaps some air signs too, I can't remember. But Ophiuchus, the beginning of this month was super emotional for so many of us. You're not alone. Perhaps you look back at the beginning of this month somehow and think, maybe I should have taken some time more to myself to remind myself of really the resources that I have around me, whether that be people, places, or things. Being a bit more aware / grateful, because if you're aware of what you have, the resources you have, you become grateful for them, right? Or we should be grateful for them. But we look in the beginning of this month and we see, okay, well, it was off to a rocky start. I felt, if anything, super alone. But now that I look back from where I am now, I see that maybe I was a little too quick in and maybe going to that side of this stubborn quality that you have, Ophiuchus, that I'm sensing here is like, if you love something, if you have passion for it, you'll put all your heart and soul into it. But what about those things that have just burned out? Yeah, maybe once upon a time there was a version of you that was like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. I'm willing to put myself, through labor, through action, to prove myself and others that this is literally what I want to do. This is what I love. That's a lot of fire. And then, time passes and you grow and you realize that maybe some of those things are just weighing you down or beating you up. And it doesn't mean you have to cut them off. I mean, even though you can too. Why not? This can be a toxic whatever. It can be a toxic way of behaving for you, for being so quick hot-headed when things just don't go well. I don't know, I'm sensing some tension within the family, like within the home in the beginning of this month, and it caused this feeling of, you know what, I got me, I've always got me, and I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get it done as you're beating yourself up for it. And maybe you're not literally, even though I can see that with the Five of Swords. I think when we're always in that aggressive challenging frequency, if something doesn't go your way, you're gonna be your own worst enemy, like a coach, right? I mean, there are good and bad coaches out there, but they tend to be very aggressive and like military, and you don't have to do that when it comes up to this. I don't know, I'm gonna get some clarity more on the Four of Swords, like what's going on, like just to get it out of the way and we can read the rest of the month. What's going on here? Like, why was the beginning of this month, like what kind of tension was there in the home that I'm sensing that made you feel alone? What happened? Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, there was something in the home. Someone was lacking their end. Someone was like, you know what? No, I'm sensing you were like, you know what? This is not fair. This is not cool. This is unbalanced. No, this is not what I signed up for. And then there's that comparison again. And look at those other people. Look at them. Look how successful they are. Look how healthy they are. There's that chatter in there. I'm not saying it's you, even though I am getting it's you. But it's not only you. I think whatever is involved is also feeding that to you as well. So you guys are like give and take with this way of comparing yourselves to what society says is a happy home, what society says is success and just celebrate and abundance. But really it's what lights you up, right? And makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, makes you feel like it doesn't matter how much action and how much energy it demands from you, you're willing to put it in because it's your purpose, it's your calling, right? Now that we know that there was just some sort of tension in the home, let us move on to this week and next week. A general for this and next week for you, Ophiuchus. 2 cards came out. Queen of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. So I'm asking, and then we got the Emperor under the deck, but I'm not going to get it because I still need to shuffle in a bit. But the universe is asking you, like I can feel this, Ophiuchus. It's telling you, hey, you know you have a decision to make. You know you have a decision to make, and it's not easy. And you see yourself in the future already made this decision, already making this decision. So for this week, seems like in the beginning of this week, you were on top of your emotional, I want to say, game. And like a game, some of you guys can be, don't think I'm judging you, Ophiuchus, but some of you guys might be manipulating and you don't even know that you're manipulating. And take it from a Cancer. I'm a Cancer and we're known to be manipulative, okay? But you can be unaware of doing it, you know, but it's just your way of trying to fix things, just your way of trying to make yourself feel like you're safe. And I think in the beginning of this week, you were trying to convince yourself and other people by looking at your past, one, and seeing it in a very, I feel like some of you guys are struggling with seeing the past still in a negative way. And then some of you are just looking at the past and learning, being almost like a Jedi and not letting your emotions get in the way. So it's almost cold, but how can the Queen of Cups be cold? She's all emotion. So it's not even like negative emotions. It would be just numb. Gosh, that sounds so depressing, but it's true. That's what I'm getting. It's either that you're looking at the past in a numb way, or looking at it in a way where it's negative, right? I guess being numb is better than looking at it in a negative way, because you can be like, once again, that aggressive coach way when you look at the past. And sometimes you can just look at the past and just see it and just let it pass through you until something else, comes in, until you put yourself perhaps in a situation where something else comes in, until you tell yourself, you know what, enough is enough. But you know what, in between that conversation and the enough is enough is this energy. You're just feeling a little guarded, feeling like you have to. I'm seeing this and I'm like, wow. Like, there's no need to be aggressive anymore, Ophiuchus. There's no need. And you might be thinking, well, there's a reason why I'm being aggressive. There is a reason, There's been a reason, perhaps in the past. And there is a reason. Second scoop. Like, apart from the shit I've been through, look at the shit that I'm going through right now, right? That's the kind of energy I'm getting. And it's like, well, that's why I have to be this way. That's why I have to be very quick with my perhaps ego, or just that energy, like, once again, with that purpose, like putting yourself in that situation where you're like, well, I will prove myself that I can get this done, that I can still move forward. And it's like, okay, before you do that and drain yourself out, burn yourself out, like, drop some of these swords so that you can drop some of these wands that you've been carrying from the beginning of this month, last week. And it's like, okay, Okay, we'll do that by learning to listen to our intuition. And gosh, that sounds so like I know my intuition. Well, who was I saying this to? I think it was Cancer. I'm like, but do you? Like, out of all the voices in your head, out of all the emotions within you, you can put your life on a certain way of viewing that you see life right now. Like, are you sure? It's allowing yourself to figure that out for yourself. There's no rush. But it's not something that's going to be obvious. It's not something that the universe is going to be like, hey, you need to do this. You need to think this way and think that way. No, it's more like what feels good. This person is sitting there being guided by their intuition, but not being able to see, not needing to see. When picking and choosing the right thoughts, the right words, the right visions, right? Let us move on to the next couple of weeks here for Ophiuchus. So we get the Queen of Wands. We get the Queen of Wands. So I mean, we do have a lot of passion coming in. But it's not a kind of passion where it drains you. It's a kind of passion that, if anything, makes you chill out. And it's like what? That's all I needed to do, just chill out. And that brings me more energy. Like, I feel like I'm not using the right words. I'm sorry. But like, chill out in a way where you're not draining yourself. What does that look like for you, Ophiuchus? The next 2 weeks, in order to really push yourself towards the right direction for June, the universe is saying you need to embody this. And this is the Queen of Wands. She is very, not only intuitive, once again with the cat, intuition once again from the universe. Not only is she aware and fearless, because everyone knows a black cat is bad luck. And if anything, the Queen of Wands is like, okay, well, that's why I want it. Because she is so fearless, so knows exactly who she is. Nothing can shake her to the core. And that's why she's so chill. That's why she, if anything, was able to build an empire with this energy. Now, for my men who are watching this can be your way of loving yourself, is by literally taking it easy. Go out and smell the flowers. Go out and remind yourself that nothing can burn you but you. Nothing can drain you but you. The energy that you give out is you deciding to give that energy out. In the next 2 weeks, it's like, are you going to embody this where, you know what, I understand the value of my energy is not value of money. No, this is the value of being alive, being aware of what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to be loving myself, taking care of myself, listening to myself. I'm not listening so much from my head all out of a sudden. Now I'm listening more from my gut, my heart, my soul. Let's move on. Wheel of Fortune. Now, there is some success coming in because, of course, with the universe, the moment you start channeling that frequency of a boss, manifestations come in. And you need to remember that in those moments is when the that's what we called the devil growing up. So we wouldn't say his name. So you'll attract a lot of and it's because you're going through this Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Fortune brings so much change. It's not just money. It's like priceless abundance that's within you that can bring more abundance out here, of course, but it's something eternal, something that if you hyper focus too much can get a little, can get dizzy and can choose the wrong people, and because you're overthinking it rather than staying into your intuition like we've been talking about. That's going to be your title. Intuition. Let's get one more card here. Look at that. Ay, we'll get clarity. We'll get clarity on the last two cards, Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. But what I'm getting, once again, it's like the moment you receive the abundance from literally just following your gut and what makes you feel good instead of thinking, overthinking, guarding, anxious, aggressive, which is pushing you to give way too much of your energy here and there, here and there, here and there. It's like, instead, chilling, right? The moment we chill, the moment we realize, you know what, I don't have to think that. I don't have to pick up that thought. I can drop that thought. The moment you start doing that without even looking into the real world, just looking within yourself, that's when you're really channeling your intuition and you're learning that. The next 2 weeks, the moment you really harness it, you're going to start recharging yourself, feeling better about yourself, loving yourself, because once again, the queen, feminine energy here, loving yourself, learning to not burn yourself out. And if anything, opposite, boost yourself up, re-energize yourself to the maximum. It's going to bring so much success. And towards the beginning of, or like towards the end, right? The beginning of the last week of this month, something changes. Didn't I just say change? The Tower is literally a change. Something that was built on a weak foundation is what they say with the Tower. Something that was built on a weak foundation suddenly comes crumbling down, and it's because the universe comes in through a bolt of light, and it's like, no, it's time for you to learn. And some of you, this universe conversation, it's because of you. Because you're learning to finally follow your intuition and make the right decisions, and then something happens and you're like, yes, I needed this. This is good. Now, of course, it can go the other way where it's like, no, I didn't want this. But it's like, well, how were you carrying yourself the whole time? Let's get some clarity on the Wheel of Fortune. What is this Wheel of Fortune here? Why is this here? I want to say this is the Hanged Man. Yeah, literally the moment you see and choose, the moment you choose to pick the right feelings and thoughts is the moment the success comes in, and the success can be like literally a change within you where you wake up differently every single day, and that's worth it, Ophiuchus. Sometimes we get so carried away that we think money is what it's all about, and it's like, Money can't fix what's within you. So if you fix what's within you, what's wrong, then you're winning. You've won. You're rich. You're richer than Jeff Bezos, So yeah, major change the moment you change your perspective. Something happens here, and it can be out of you, something that causes the change within you, but doesn't have to be. It can be something that you put yourself through, and now we have the Tower. What is this Tower? Why is this Tower here? We got the 5 of Cups. This tower needed to happen for you to let go of the past somehow. Some of you guys couldn't get out of the old version of you as much as you tried, and it's perhaps because of a job, a person, a home. You just need to move, start a new job, break up, or take space, whatever it is, whatever you need to stop clinging to the past, stop looking at visions, once again, visions and thoughts that just don't serve you anymore, and if anything are morphed to versions that didn't even happen, because the mind can do that, just to kind of get it just going and going and going and going, right? Looking at the past in a million different ways. But no, Ophiuchus, I feel like this month, especially the next 3 weeks, the universe is asking you, hey, if you want to bring balance, if you want to bring healing and growth, it's about time you stop draining yourself, stop burning yourself out on things and people and places that don't matter, and or stop burning yourself out with simply looking at the past, therefore the future, in a very aggressive way because of the past, therefore the future, right? So it's like learning to not do that, learning to instead focus on what makes you feel good, right here, right now, and sometimes that can just be a fudge brownie, and then you eat the fudge brownie and then you feel great, and then you have all these great visions within you. I hope this helped, Ophiuchus. This is a lot longer than I expected. Everyone else is like not even 20 minutes, but I love you guys, and I know how much you guys needed this reading. So I will talk to you guys again next month. Bye.